This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone. It's 5 a.m. This is Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates.
Looking for another safe haven or shelter supplies.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. All quiet, which is how we like it. Stay safe out there, people.
Like we have a thruster imbalance. Tweaking pitch.
Glad you finally stopped by, soldier.
Good
Are you
morning,
ready for your medical
This
exam?
is Radio Freedom, the voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates.
As long as it doesn't involve petroleum jelly and rubber gloves, I'm ready.
No. This isn't that sort of examination. I'm going to ask you a series of medical-related questions, and I'd like you to answer me to the best of your ability. First question. As a child,
Sure. My father said I used to sit way too close to the
The television? Wait a sec. You were a vault dweller. You're probably healthier. Anyway, sorry I missed that in your records. Just go. Okay, second question. Have you ever had or come in contact?
Have you had problems with the crew?
Well, it's not unusual for our recon teams. We don't want to sing. Anyway, this is...
Right. Honestly, I don't remember.
Well, you don't appear to be so... Third question. And please, have you ever had sexual...
Broadcasting all day,
Well, there was this one really ugly girl in college. I mean, I had to get drunk, and it was a dare, and...
That hardly qualifies. Last question. Would you have any problems pulling the trigger on an enemy?
broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned.
That's more of a morals question, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I feel that the mental state of the... Anyone that hesitates firing in combat. So what about you?
Uh-huh. Nope, no problem.
Excellent. You'll fit in quite... Excellent. I think I've got...
Right.
I see no reason to prevent you from... If you ever need medical assistance.
Ah, good. You're finally here. Just...
What, not even a thank you?
I hardly need to... Oh my. Since it's obvious that you aren't who I was expecting.
Maxon wanted me to meet the crew.
Ah, yes. You must... Under normal circumstances. However, I'm woefully behind. Unfortunately,
If you want my help, just...
I wasn't aware you were... As you patrol the Commonwealth, keep your eyes open for blueprints, memos, manuals, books, charts. I'm authorized to pay you for... And if you wish to be assigned to a In any event, it was a pleasure to meet you, Knight.
Never did like this rust bucket.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom.
Try it now.
Nothing. I'm
Any
supposed to
Minutemen
report
in
10
the area.
minutes ago.
There's a settlement that's been raided
You
by
haven't
some
lived
Please respond if you know.
Proctor.
Step forward, Knight. Even though they've locked me in this blasted cage.
Looks uncomfortable in there.
It's not that bad. And this is the stowage depot. And I, as you probably... The powers that... If you need to stock up on some...
So if I'm out of caps, I guess I'll just defeat the enemy with my bare hands.
There's plenty of spare ammo and equipment all over the ship. Everything in here is a bit more... The good news is by having a constant flow... Yeah, I'm mostly interested in weapons. Of course, if you're just looking to make a few caps on the side...
As long as I don't end up in the...
Don't worry. Last thing I'd want to...
Right.
It just involves a little bit of heavy... And since I'm stuck up here manning this one... After you're done with the meet and greet. In the meantime, if you ever need...
Proctor Tegan.
Remember, come find me when you're done meeting the rest of the crew. Plenty of work if you need it.
So, you're the new recruit I heard about. Hey, walking away like that is just plain rude.
Proctor Ingram.
So, you're the new recruit I heard about. Huh, not what I was expecting.
I don't care. I didn't join up to impress everyone.
Alright, easy Knight. I didn't mean anything by it. Our usual recruits tend to be wastelanders, and you don't look like one of them. Anyway, since you came down here to meet me, we may as well get it over with. My name's Ingram, and this lovely little grease pit is where you'll usually find me. If your power armor's too tight in the crotch, the Pridwin's about to crash into the ground, or a robot's gone haywire, you come see me.
You should add teaching charm school lessons to the list.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but when you're as busy as... We doing this or what?
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report at the moment.
While you're at it, my car is making this weird grinding noise when I back it out of the driveway.
You're gonna have to take a number. There isn't a day that goes by on this tub without 5 or 6 things breaking down. And since I'm stuck in this rig, I'm not quite as spry as I used to be. The work tends to pile up.
I hardly noticed.
Can't tell if you're patronizing me or trying to be polite. How about I just forget you mentioned it? Anyway, I'm sure you're here to get your... There's a pretty decent T-60 suit sitting in Bay 3 that's all yours. Oh, and if you need any work done on it, feel free to use the... Now, if you'll excuse...
Greetings, Knight.
It's 8 a.m. Attention, Minutemen. News has come to us of a settlement that needs our help. If you are in the area, please respond.
Levels are spiking. I want the doctor to look.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. All quiet, which is how we like it. Stay safe out there, people.
Excuse me.
Hey there, friend. We're in some real trouble.
I'm with the Minutemen. How can I help?
It's these damned greenskins. The super mutants. Whenever they come through, we just have to run away or hide. They take every... We can't live like this. Please, you've got to help us.
9 a.m. here at Radio Freedom. Nothing new to report. Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts. safe out.
I'll take care of those super mutants. I promise.
I hope so. We didn't know what to do.
Time to suit up. If you have a moment, there's something I'd like to discuss with you.
Of course.
Thank you. This isn't a formal meet. I think we may have gotten off on the wrong foot, expecting you to embrace the standards of the and given that you've adjusted so well to our... Are you ignoring me for a reason?
So there is a human being under all...
Sometimes I need a reminder.
Sure.
When I was an initiate, he was a model. You're awfully quiet.
You worried that I'm gonna quit?
No. I just felt it was the right thing to do. When I was an initiate, my sponsor was Paladin Krieg. Toughest squad leader I ever served with. You're awfully quiet.
I'm betting it hurt to say that.
A little bit, yeah. When I was an initiate, he was a model. I'd appreciate it if you said something.
That's very kind.
Well, you deserve it. When I was an initiate, he was a model soldier. And
Sure.
from the moment I was assigned to his squad, I was singled out. I fought by his side for years, and we had...
It sounds like he was trying...
If he was.
Right.
After I was promoted to Paladin, and I'd moved on, the news was like being kicked in the stomach. I mean, it's taken me a long time to realize it. It's because I believe in you.
Uh-huh. What happened at Adams Air Force?
Back in the capital wasteland, the Brotherhood was at war. They maintained a mobile command post. The Brotherhood spearheaded an assault, and quite a few soldiers died in that. He made his mark on history.
I'm flattered that you have some...
You've earned that faith by... Well, I've said what I had to say. I trust you'll keep this in confidence, of course.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report. Stay safe out there.
Splatter your brains! Huh? What's that? Gonna be a good human! Pull us all!
Sounding all
sound, what is it? Let's fly! Splatter your brain!
It's 1 p.m. This is Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen.
Bathe in your blood!
Broadcasting across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon here at Radio Freedom. All's quiet across the Commonwealth. Stay safe out there. o'clock. You're tuned to Minuteman Radio. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts. Tuned to Radio Freedom. All quiet, which is how we like it. Stay safe out there. You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates.
Still need to replace that cook pot. Well, you're still alive. That either means you haven't gone after those super mutants yet, or... good news?
Those super mutants won't be bothering you again.
I guess you were the right person for the job, huh? Thanks, friend.
This is Radio Freedom. It's 5 p.m. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts.
Now that's what I call locked and loaded.
Mr.
Am
Warwick,
I ever glad to see you.
the Minutemen are always happy to help. What did you need?
A pack of feral. If more of them,
I'm on it.
I'll be glad to have them go.
Uh-huh.
It's 9 p.m. Nothing new to report. Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts. tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for us.
Took care of those ghouls that were giving you trouble.
You did? That's great news.
This is Radio Freedom, the voice of the Minutemen. It's 7 a.m. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts.
Now that you've familiarized yourself with the Pridwin's crew, are you ready for your next assignment, brother?
Just point me to the action.
I applaud your enthusiasm, Knight. Let's get right to it, then. Shall we? Take a look over there. That's Fort Strong. And it's infested with super mutants. Having those aberrations of nature close enough to smell is making me sick to my stomach. To make matters worse, they're sitting on top of a massive stockpile of Fat Man shells we could use in our campaign. I want you to head over there, wipe out everything that moves, and secure that stockpile. Understood?
Super mutants? I thought the enemy was the Institute.
Super mutants are no better than synths. They're a reminder of man's folly when it comes to harnessing technology. Whether it's using biochemistry to manipulate genes, or trying to create life from a bunch of circuits. It's the wrong path for science. As members of the Brotherhood, it's our sworn duty to exterminate these abominations in every form. So, can I count on you to get the job done?
What do these shells do?
The Fat Man launcher is an essential part of the Brotherhood arsenal. It's a miniature nuclear payload, in a man-portable format. A squad of troops armed with one of these is if you ever have the pleasure of firing one of them, don't fire one of them in close quarters. That enough to go on?
What do these shells do?
The Fat Man launcher is an essential part of the Brotherhood arsenal. It's a miniature nuclear payload, in a man-portable format. A squad of troops armed with one of these is virtually unstoppable. If you ever have the pleasure of firing one of them, allow me to give you a word of advice. Don't fire one of them in close quarters. There won't be enough of you to bury in a shoebox. That enough to go on?
This seems like a waste of time.
Eager to take the fight to the Institute? Those abominations are playing... If we leave Fort Strong unchecked...
These super mutants are a threat to the security of the...
Now, we have a vertibird on standby. Use it to carry our message to Fort Strong. Dismissed.
Elder Maxon.
Get on that gunship, soldier. I want Fort Strong cleared and that stockpile secure.
Radio Freedom. Alert. We just got call for help from one of our settlements. Any Minutemen within range, please respond.
Nothing like flying in style.
Welcome aboard, Knight. Instruments are green, and we're cleared for release.
Having the Tridwin moored above the airport keeps the Brotherhood within striking distance of the city.
Target acquired. I'll try and keep them in your sights.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. All quiet.
Primary target down. Look at this, they flee. I'm gonna find a place to set her down and then hightail it back to the Bridwin for repairs.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Nothing
Quite
to
a bit of
report at the
trash to
moment.
pick through
Stay
here.
tuned for updates.
Searching through it could prove beneficial.
Wish a buckethead would show up. I'd rip his legs clean off. Getting hungry. That sound, what is it? There. Let's play, little human!
Radio Freedom. It's 10 a.m. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts. You're tuned to Radio Freedom. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates.
Word came down that the Army just unloaded the first batch of the M42s this morning. I've only seen two. Private Bertram and I snuck down to take an early look. When I heard that the AK they actually got the damn thing to work.
No green stuff here.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth.
We stay here too long.
Nothing to report.
Who's there? Gonna be a good one. Must have been nothing. A noise? Someone there. Gonna
here at Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts.
Look at this place. You must hate these mutants as much as I do.
Why do you hate super mutants so much?
They're responsible for the death of a close friend, a Brotherhood knight named Cutler. So when you ask if I hate them, I say hate's too gentle a word. These monstrosities are just another example of man blindly taking a step forward, only to wind up stumbling 2 steps back. I've been fighting for years, trying to put a stop to this madness. And just when I thought we were getting the upper hand, along come the synths. I've seen what these super mutants do to people. Can you imagine what the synths would do to us if they ever got the upper hand? It would be Armageddon repeated, and maybe the end of everything that we hold dear. Look, I don't mean to bore you with my rhetoric. I just want you to understand how important these missions are.
How could synths bring about our destruction?
If the synths reached the point where they outnumbered mankind, how long would it take for them to decide we were no longer necessary? They certainly possess the capability to make more of their own kind, so we'd become expendable. And with Institute technology on their side, nothing could stop them. Not even the Brotherhood. It's a nightmare scenario almost too terrible to contemplate. Anyway, that's enough of that. What's important here is that you got the job done and secured these warheads. You should head back up to the Prydwen and talk to Maxon. I'm sure he'll want to debrief you as soon as possible. Dismissed.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, the voice of the Minutemen. It's 12 noon. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates. Good afternoon. You're tuned to Radio
If you find
Freedom,
any technical
broadcasting
documents,
across the Commonwealth. Nothing new to report. Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts.
Outstanding work at Fort Strong, soldier.
It was a piece of cake.
I'm glad you feel that way, because it only gets more difficult from here. In order to bring the Institute to its knees, we need to use every weapon at our disposal. I try to supply my soldiers with the best. That's why I'm giving you these. Signal grenades can call a vertibird to your location when you need aerial transport. Simply throw one to the ground, and the vertibird will hone in on the unique electromagnetic smoke it emits. Once you're aboard, use the map on your Pip-Boy to interface with the pilot's navigation system, so he'll be able to take you wherever you need.
2 o'clock in the afternoon here at Radio Freedom. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts.
Am I boring you, Knight?
The best weapon for survival out here is a pocket full of caps.
Signal grenades are usually reserved for our paladins. In your case, now, I'm sure you're aware that Fort Strong was simply the first step towards the liberation of the An even greater task. By now, I'm sure you've deduced that our arrival in the Commonwealth wasn't coincidental. We're here because of a unique energy reading recorded according to our scribes. The reading indicated a level of tech. The moment this information came to light, the Institute, and everyone responsible to accomplish this goal, we need to locate the Institute. I've had our scribes meticulously searching the
Anything you need, Elder.
I want you to get out there. You seem to have a vested interest in locating the Institute before. If you discover a way in, I need you to...
Sure.
Any questions, Knight?
Aren't there any pre-war records about the...
Our records indicate that the ruins of the facility are... The location appears to... Anything else, Knight?
Could those mysterious energy readings...
The level of technology that the Institute... However, I'll have our scribes... Anything else you want?
Any suggestions?
You're meeting with Dr. Amar.
Right.
If the Institute has the there must be a way. If you need any assistance mitigating...
Any suggestions?
You're meeting with Dr. If the Institute has the there must be a way. If you need any assistance mitigating the radiation in that godforsaken location... Speak.
Not right now, Elder.
Very well, then. Dismissed.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. All quiet, which is how we like it. Stay safe out there, people.
At Victoria, brother.
Attention. Halbert pilot to Station Epsilon. Halbert pilot report to Station Epsilon. That is all.
I'm worried about these recruits. Too young, too green. Like the initiates back in my day.
You think the Commonwealth looks bad? You should see the Captain wasteland. I'm proud to be serving under Elder Max. I had enough of Lyons and his foolish ways.
The Brotherhood's got a lifetime supply of nuclear ordnance thanks to you. I expect you could use a resupply after a scrap like that.
Have anything?
I have some sort of a hop. Slap a few of them on.
Let me see what you have.
Be my guest.
tuned to Radio Freedom. All quiet here. Stay tuned for Minutemen alerts. This is Radio Freedom. Nothing new
Allen
to
at
report.
Alpha at 93%.
Keep it tuned here for Minutemen
Compensating.
alerts.
Knight.
Never did like this rust bucket. Oh, sure, the Fridwin's a fine ship, but put me in the field any day.
Never did understand how you folks ate inside those big tin cans.
Oh man, if I'm late for muster one more time.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report. Stay safe out there, everyone.
Unless you like getting radiation sickness. Stay.
Attention, this is a reminder. All recovered technology must be presented immediately to Proctor Quinlan for evaluation.
Shade won't clear
Yes.
me for duty.
Ready to continue our
Anyone
mission,
found in
soldier?
possession of
Give them new
undocumented
order.
technologies
Ready.
will be
Roger
subject
that.
to inquiry and punishment.
It's 8 a.m. Nothing to report.
Feels
Stay
like you
safe
can
out
take
there,
on the
everyone.
world in there, doesn't it? Give me a laser rifle and my power armor, and I'll take on the world.
At Victorian Knight.
afternoon. You're tuned to Radio Freedom, broadcasting across the Commonwealth. All's quiet across the Commonwealth. Stay safe out there. This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Of course, stay safe out there, everyone.
Hey, what we discussed earlier. You're gonna be discreet with that info, right? That's right. Take it all in.
I'd kill for a drink.
Hey.
All right.
Hey.
Need something?
So much walking. Want to do more fighting?
Hey.
You point, I shoot.
4 o'clock. You're tuned to Minuteman Radio.
Excuse me, Paladin Vance?
What's on your mind?
Stay tuned for updates.
It's about time.
I'm not going to lie. Come back alive.
World's always gonna have tyrants. If I go my way. A lot less.
It's midnight here at Radio Freedom. All quiet, which is how we like it. Stay safe out there, people. You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates. This is Radio Freedom.
And the new guy patched me up, put me on his shoulder, and blasted his way through the rest of the complex. Synths everywhere.
Carrying you the whole time?
Amazing, right?
That's one word for it. Deacon told me you single-handedly secured Carrington's prototype, disabled a minefield, and wiped out 100 Gen 1s. So is any of that true?
Every word he said was true, and then some.
A full 100. I can't even imagine.
See? Just like I said, boss.
I was expecting Deacon to grab a full team, including Glory, to secure that prototype. But instead, just the two of you cleared out the entire switchboard.
You'd be insane not to sign him up, Des.
You've certainly made an impression on Deacon. He's never spoken about, or lied about, anyone so highly before. Welcome to the Railroad, Agent.
Why should I join you?
If you're having any doubts, you shouldn't. Not very many of us live to retirement. But if you're like me, that doesn't matter. There are great wrongs that need...
Uh-huh. Glad to be aboard.
It seems we're very... So you're in. Now we need to know what to call you.
Have any suggestions?
No. It doesn't work like that.
Right. Call me... Whisper.
After Tommy? Or... Your first official order is to deliver Dr. Carrington his prototype and see if he can use another. But first, it's time to meet the...
You got what it takes.
The location of our HQ is one of our most deeply guarded secrets. So be careful coming in or out. You never can tell when you're being watched.
Welcome to the family. We're a colorful and arguably insane bunch. But you're stuck with us now. Speaking of which, if you don't mind a sidekick, let's keep a good thing going and travel together some more.
Don't they need you here?
My job's mainly intel, so? And you are just one big, beautiful distraction. Plenty of up.
Let's go then.
I'm all ready to go.
This is it.
Radio Freedom,
It
the
may lack
voice
the
of
amenities of the
Minutemen.
switchboard,
It's 1 a.m.
but it's safe. And we've
Nothing
taken
to report.
precautions not to
Stay
be
safe,
surprised
people.
again. Things are chaotic right now, so there's plenty for you to do.
Desdemona told me to give you this.
An extraordinary feat to recover this, but that's hardly the point. Without a lick of training, and us knowing hardly anything about you, Des has invited you to join HQ. It would have been nice if she had consulted with her second-in-command. But what's done is done.
He's a full agent, effective.
Since you're here now, we might as well put you to work.
Each of you to show him the ropes. Feel free
Tell me
to
what you
welcome
need,
him
Doc.
aboard.
One of our field agents, Old Man Stockton, needs help with the runaway synth. So headquarters, as always. The paranoid old bat won't even tell us the problem.
Mm-hmm. So, is there anyone you like?
What, Carrington? He's just dripping with charm. Yeah, people are lined up around...
Oh, I wasn't aware we were competing for congeniality awards. The dead drop is a mailbox. It's a common means of communication for us. When you make contact with Stockton, he won't give you the time of day. The current sign is, do you have a Geiger counter? And the counter is?
Mm-hmm. You can trust me with this.
You sound rather convincing, actually. Stockton is a prominent businessman at...
Right.
Use the escape tunnel in the back to get there.
Yep.
You're from one of those vaults? You got too many teeth to be a scabber.
Got a lot to atone for. I'll find a way.
Abraham.
We could really use your help.
Yes, I'm here to help. What's going on?
There's a group of raiders that won't leave us alone. Stealing our food and supplies. We know where they're coming from.
Uh-huh. Don't worry. I'll take care of those raiders for you.
I hope so. We didn't know what to do.